There was a Make-A-Wish child, and I was not supposed to be performing that day, and the company manager came to me that morning and said, your Aunt is married today. We have a Make-A-Wish child here, and we had set it up that he could meet Mary Poppins after the show. He loves Mary Poppins, and he's obsessed with the movie. And he got his wish, and his wish was to meet Mary Poppins. And that was the day that I happened to be on. And they said, would you be willing to meet him? And I said, of course. Of course I'm going to meet him. I would love to. And they said, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to come right off the stage from your bow, and you're going to stay in costume, and then we're going to bring him back through the house door, and you'll meet there. And they said, the story with him is that he is terminally ill, and he has a lot of free time on his hands, but he's got a lot of energy and a really beautiful spirit, but he doesn't get the opportunity to go out and play outside with his brothers and sisters, so he has a lot of time to be on the internet. And so what he had done is, in his free time, he Googled Mary Poppins and was where is she? Is she in London? He believes she's a real person. So he found her online. He went to his parents and said, I found her. She's in New York. She's on Broadway. She's in New York. And then when his wish came around, that's what he wished to see. So they told me that beforehand.
Wow.
And after the show, I stood there and I waited till he came through the pass-through door, and this little bundle of joy comes hurtling through the door into my arms, just throws his hands around my neck, and is just clinging on to me.
Oh my gosh.
He's so happy. He has a red rose in his hand for me. I see his parents behind him, and they're just sobbing. And I'm just holding this little one, and I, he finally, pulls away, and he, has his hands on my face. And, he was just, it was, I mean.
Wow.
It doesn't, I didn't even do anything, I just did this silly show. But it's this little boy's dream, So that was, probably the most poignant moment that I was ever wow, we really have a profound effect, and we really have a responsibility here, because, yes, this child is a special circumstance and he's terminally ill, but there are lots of children out there with dreams and with heartache, and we have the opportunity to uplift them with this show, especially with all the families and kids that come. So I tried, actually, a year later or a few months later, to find out, how he was or what was going on. And I could never, and I don't know if the people that I checked with were trying to protect me, and if they know what happened and they just don't want to tell me, or they didn't want to upset me. So I don't really know, but I do know that he changed me for the better, and he inspired me. And it was such a gift to be able to be the one that met him that day. That was an honor. So, those things, like I said, don't happen every day, but when they do, it's okay, whatever hardship I went through, or whatever I was afraid of or thought I couldn't, that just made it all worthwhile, for sure. Even if in my whole career, that one moment, if that's all that ever happened and that was the only feedback that I ever got, that would be enough.